Chapter 16. Isaiah's Prophecy on the Wicked Man. July 29th, 1943. Jesus says, "One must be able to read the book, not with one's eyes, but with the Spirit. Then the supernatural knowledge that inspired it is illuminated with the light of truth. But to obtain this, one has to have a spirit united to my spirit. Then it is my spirit that leads you. Now look, in the pages of Isaiah, let us take, like a mosaic's tesserae, the words of the chapters read together, and let us line them up with supernatural sight. They will appear clearer to you. Begin with those I pointed out to you for the guilty. Let us have pity on the wicked, but he will not learn justice. In the land of the saints he has done wicked things, and he shall not see the glory of the Lord. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, you scornful men, who rule over my people that is in Jerusalem. For you have said, we have entered into a league with death, and we have made a covenant with hell. When the overflowing scourge passes through, it shall not come upon us. For we have placed our hope in lies, and by falsehood we are protected. Your league with death shall be abolished, and your covenant with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge passes, you shall be trodden down by it. Vexation alone shall make you understand what you hear. And now do not mock, lest your bonds be tied straight. Woe to you that are deep of heart, to hide your counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who sees us, and who knows us? This thought of yours is perverse. Woe to you, apostate children, that you would take counsel, and not of me, and would begin a web, and not by my Spirit, that you might add sin upon sin. Therefore thus says the Holy One of Israel, because you have rejected this word, and have trusted in oppression and tumult, and have leaned upon it. Therefore shall this iniquity be to you as a breach that falls, and is found wanting in a high wall. For the destruction thereof shall come on a sudden, when it is not looked for, and it shall be broken small. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, trusting in horses, and putting their confidence in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, and have not trusted in the Holy One of Israel, and have not sought after the Lord. Egypt is man, and not God, and their horses, flesh, and not spirit. And the Lord shall put down his hand, and the helper shall fall, and he that is helped shall fall, and they shall all be confounded together. Woe to you that spoil! Shall you not yourself also be spoiled? And you that despise, shall you not also be despised? When you have made an end of spoiling, you shall be spoiled. When being wearied you cease to despise, you shall be despised. Before speaking about God and his promises, let us comment this passage. The heart of the man, whom the prophet calls wicked, is a mixture of pride, bullying, rebellion. The threefold lust indwells it, a throne on which the evil one is seated to fill with demoniacal thoughts that heart which disowned God and his justice. Nothing can come out of that heart but iniquity, because its king is the spirit of evil. Who gives short-lived triumphs paid off later with everlasting ruin, as the wicked man who rules under the beast's sign passes like a stream of sorrow and corruption in the land of the saints. And Rome is a land of saints. He sways others small time ungodly people into evil, and torments the Lord's children. It is fair that the Lord should veil his glory in front of the wicked man, in this and the other dwelling. Twice the wicked man shall see my glory, and will not want to see it, because it shall be dreadful for him, when he dies and on the last day. Then I will ask him, what have you done with my people, with my gifts? This question will hurl him, like an arrow from a bow, into the depths no one can get out of. My second earthly Jerusalem is Rome. It is a dearest land in which I wanted my church. Since it is the center of the world, it should be treated like a shining relic by who is head of it. Instead, How have those who scorn God anew behaved? They have allied themselves with the death-dealing crime, married their souls off to Satan, and thought, by such a whorish sacrilege, to save themselves from the scourges they put others through. No, falsehood does not save. The Father of truth tells you. The Lord of falsehood entices you into it, and at the right time turns it against you to make you perish. I am the one who saves, and no one except me can. You will be stripped of your false armor, just at the hour when my punishment strikes you, because that is the way Satan behaves. He cannot behave otherwise, because all he can give you is fleeting successes. I alone give protection that never ends, and when I appear, to save or to damn, Satan flees, leaving you alone. O foolish children of sin! You will understand who God is and who Lucifer is only in the class of torture. Terrible lesson. And the more you sin, the harsher the class will be, because there's a limit even to my goodness. Boundless, but intelligent. Remember that. Nothing is concealed from the Lord, nothing that earthlings think up in the dark, even in the heart's secret darkness. And if your poor siblings can see only the outside and can be taken in by your hypocrisy, I see everything and act as your actions deserve. Like a wall undermined by a small breach, your building, founded on sin, shall collapse when no one thinks about it. Neither you who consider yourself safe in your pact with the father of falsehood, nor the people who fear you, thinking you invincible. Woe, woe, woe unto those who lead my people to believe that I protect your wrongdoings. Woe betide you who lead my children to distrust my justice. You will answer for this too, because scandal falls back on whoever causes it. And what greater scandal is there than leading common folks to believe that God would unjustly protect the great who sin? How many souls you have snatched away from me, O workers of iniquity! Yet they will still be children of my mercy. Not so with you, to whom I had given everything to draw you to me, and turn you into instruments of good, and who have forgotten everything, and have put me after Satan. Woe betide you who enter into alliances from which nothing but evil can come to my people, evil for both flesh and spirit, and you know it is evil, and you do it just the same, misusing power for your own persons to triumph on earth. And what are your persons? Fistfuls of clay, which keep their shape as long as mercy keeps them moist with a heavenly dew, and which, once dried out, turn to powder like sifted chalk and scatter. Your alliances, a real union of the forerunners of the Antichrist, are without foundation, and have no force for victory. Like yourselves they shall crumble, and they shall leave only a memory of horror in my poor children's bodies, homes, and souls. When God thunders, what are numerous horses and strong horsemen? Husks blown by the wind in every direction. I am the one who strengthens armed forces, but they must be moved by just reasons, not by inhumanity and pride. Every sin shall be punished, and every jeering shall be punished by God, because God, says the Lord, will never be jeered at, and is not lawful to oppress inferiors. But notice one thing, Maria. Inferiors too are held to respect the law, so that you people may always have your God with you.